You are here because the outside world rejects you.
Hey, what's up everyone? So I previously did a video explaining the in-game story plot of the first NES Ninja Turtles game. I thought it was pretty fun to go into that game and see what the plot actually was. There were things I learned that I never knew about before, and I'm glad I got to dig into some of that stuff. Today, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the second game that came out for the NES as well. Should be pretty fun. Going to try to breeze through it and let you all know everything that went down in the story. So grab a slice of pizza and let's dive into the sewers, because we're going to take a look at the in-game story plot for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. So the actual arcade version of this game came out in 1989, and it was just titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you're a Turtles fan, you're almost certainly familiar with it, and at the very least have seen pictures of it. Now, in 1990, the game was ported to the Nintendo Entertainment System. This NES version did have differences, including 2 extra levels, but it was given the title Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, adding the 2 considering Nintendo had already done the first Ninja Turtles game, so they just kind of slid this one in as a sequel. The manual of the game sets up the story for us. It appears to continue after Shredder's first defeat. I'm assuming from the first video game, although the way he is portrayed being defeated is very similar to the 1990 movie instead. The setup reads, "Welcome to the crime-infested boroughs of New York, where one wrong look at the right person can be your last." But the Turtles sleep contentedly, for they've made Manhattan a safer place for all, especially after they sent Shredder to the local landfill, or so they think. A little further on it says, Shredder is alive and looking for payback. Although the Turtles tossed Shredder into the metal jaws of a garbage truck, his titanium battle helmet protected his maniacal mind from being mauled. Upon awakening on a sea-bound garbage ship, Shredder vowed vengeance. The story starts off with the Turtles and Splinter on top of a building looking down at a building below that is currently on fire. The building is April's Midtown loft. Donatello yells, "Hang on, April," and the Turtles jump down to get April out of the burning building. Through the halls of the building, the Turtles fight foot soldiers and roadkill Rodneys. Eventually, the Turtles reach April, and just as they fight through some more foot to get to her, a drill comes through the ground, and out comes Rocksteady. The Turtles fight Rocksteady for a bit, but as soon as he is defeated, the Shredder appears and grabs April and jumps out of the building through a window. The Turtles jump after him. Now the Turtles make their way through Times Square, fighting more foot. After making their way through a couple city blocks, suddenly Bebop jumps down on a car and attacks the Turtles. A battle ensues. When Bebop is beat, the Turtles make their way down into the sewers, the Soho sewer system to be exact. Down below, the Turtles encounter more soldiers and now Mousers as well. When we reach the end of the sewer system, the Turtles face the evil scientist Baxter Stockman in human form on a flying machine, all the while being attacked by more Mousers. In the end, the Turtles blow up Baxter's machine, and we cut to a scene of Baxter, but now in fly form, and he's with the Shredder, and April is tied up in the background. Shredder says, "Tonight I dine on turtle soup." Next, the Turtles make their way through a snowy Central Park. It's extremely cold for a reason we'll find out in a moment. Everything is frozen. Now, first they deal with the villain by the name of Frosty the Hitman. He shoots heat-seeking missiles at the Turtles. Although once his snowman-like appearance is hit a few times, you see his true form. Now, at the end of this section, the Turtles run into the villain Tora. Tora is described as an alien bounty hunter. This 10-foot tall, half-ton blizzard beast, who in 2,000 years has never known defeat, is from an ice planet called Traglodoon. As we see from the game's manual, Shredder has put a bounty on the Turtles, and Tora is one of the 2 intergalactic bounty hunters that accepted the offer. Once he is beaten, all the snow melts and everything goes back to normal. The Turtles move on to Vinny's valet parking garage. This is where the Turtles face Baxter yet again, but now in his fly form. April can be seen being held hostage in the background. Once Baxter is defeated, April and the Turtles get into the party wagon and head out. April can be seen saying, "I owe you one," to one of the Turtles and giving a kiss on the forehead. Next, we're told to get to the secret factory. We head on over to Madison Square Avenue, where we fight a number of foot soldiers. And just for those who have never played the game, there are so many different types of foot in this game. There's purple soldiers, blue ones, white ones, red ones, yellow ones, light blue ones, reddish violet ones. Anyways, the turtles eventually find themselves on Rockefeller Expressway, where they ride what appear to be jet-powered skateboards and fight more foot, who are also riding boards and flying helicopters. After this, the turtles are picked up by the party wagon again. The van speeds up and breaks through the side wall of the bridge. Flying off, the turtles jump out and land in the rock quarry factory. Someone can be heard saying, "Come on, let's bust this joint," and you can see Splinter has been captured and is being taken away by mousers. The turtles follow the trail, but only to be stopped by one of those drill things again that comes through the ground, and out come tubular transports, overgrown mechanical mosquitoes equipped with turtle zapping laser guns. Once the turtles get past them, they reach Splinter, who is all tied up on a wall. This is when Granitor, the stone warrior, shows up with his hibachi blaster cannon. After the turtles get past him, Splinter is freed and says to them, "Thank you, my turtles." The brothers then move on to the House of Shogun. Shogun is the second intergalactic bounty hunter hired by the Shredder. In this location, the turtles come across a painting of a tiger, and just like magic, the tiger jumps off of the painting and attacks the turtles. His name is Vincent Van Grau, and is one of the 3 deadly predators designed by Shogun to weaken his prey. Soon after, the guys are attacked by the other 2 predators, Venom, the scorpion-looking like thing, and Blade. Finally, they reach Shogun, and the way he fights is kinda interesting. As he fights them, his head comes off and attacks the turtles as well. When he is killed, only his legs and his spine remain. Then suddenly, a trapdoor opens and the turtles go down in it. Underground, they find the Technodrome. The turtles jump inside. Inside, they work their way through it, fighting foot soldiers and these little guys who aren't named in the manual. Towards the end, they face a villain who is named Stone Warrior. It says he's one of Granitor's army of rock-hard hitmen, but he looks an awful lot like Trag. I want to say it's who they intended it to be, but I'm not sure. Finally, after this villain is destroyed, the turtles fight Krang, who appears to show up through some dimensional doorway. This is one of the toughest bad guys the turtles have to face. Eventually though, he is also beat. His robotic body is destroyed. Then Krang gets on this floating device and says, "I'm invincible," as he flies away. But then through the doorway, Shredder comes out holding a sword. Shredder appears to be able to multiply himself in this fight. He also shoots rays at the turtles that temporarily demutate them, which is kind of like the weapon he wanted to use on them in the first video game. This fight goes on for a while, but finally the turtles win, and they start to run from the Technodrome as it's glowing red, and then boom, it blows up. The epilogue says, "Freaked the Foots, mangled the Mousers, and totaled the Technodrome. That's turtle power. But what about the Shredder and Krang? Burnt to a toast? Vaporized to milkshake? Or escaped to Dimension X? Until we know, none of us can sleep safely in our beds, or shells." Then it cuts to a shot of a New York City skyline, and you see the turtles flying in the distance in their turtle blimp, as their faces show up on a giant screen. Then suddenly, as the turtles leave, Shredder's face appears on the screen, and the message reads, "Ha ha 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 ha." So that's what happened in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game for the original Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES. The game also came out on a number of other systems as well, the Commodore 64, the Amiga, on PC, and others. And eventually was re-released again for the PS2, the GameCube, and the Xbox. It was a hidden bonus game in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus, but the graphics look like the arcade version again, which I think is the best aesthetic that this game had. But it's cool to see all the other aesthetics it has throughout the different platforms. The reason I'm focusing more on the NES version is because I kind of just want to chronologically go through all the console TMNT games, just so we can see what were the story plots in these games. And with that said, next we'll be covering TMNT 3, the Manhattan Project for the NES, so that should be fun to cover. If you're new here, make sure to hit subscribe. But as for now, I hope you enjoyed the summarization of the plot of Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES. Hopefully you saw or heard some things you missed out on back in the day. Thank you everybody for watching. Remember to hit subscribe if you're new and you enjoyed this type of content. All we talk about on here is old, new, and upcoming turtle stuff. Also hit thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, helps with the visibility of the channel. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you in a little bit with another one. Take care.